This is what his Hall of Fame bust look like. This is what his Hall of Fame bust look like, if you will.
Well, this is amazing. Thank you, Mark. What a great friend. I can't imagine being in better company as a member of the class of 2022. Offense, defense, coaching, and even officiating. My class.
And Tony Boselli is officially the first Jacksonville Jaguar to be enshrined to the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
My Duval brother, Leroy Butler.
I am so proud of him.
All you guys, family. There's nothing more important. There's nothing more powerful.
Man.
The support and love of my family in all its forms throughout my 50 years is why I'm here today. As the first Jacksonville Jaguar to be welcomed.
Yeah.
As a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's a profound honor, and I thank the Hall for the privilege, and I thank you for allowing me to be your teammates.
Mm-hmm.
I was born on April 17th, 1972. Don Bosco Anthony Boselli Jr. The first child born to Big Tony, that makes me Little Tony, my dad was about 6 foot tall, and Candy Boselli. From there, our family would grow and evolve. I become big brother to Jennifer, Michael, I know you're watching, brother, Liz and Lauren. Growing up, my siblings taught me a valuable lesson. It wasn't all about me. Our childhood was joyous. Despite our parents divorcing before we were teens, but as far as mom and dad were concerned, divorce was never meant to divide. Both would find new and beautiful people in their lives. My dad would marry Carla, and my mom would marry Fred, resulting in an extended and harmonious family that at all times included my Uncle Bud and Aunt Betty. My Uncle Bud was my dad's older brother by 22 years, which is why I really saw Bud and Betty more as grandparents. And they did grandparent things. I wish my Uncle Bud were alive so I could hug him and give him thanks for the role he served in my life. Without the influence of family during my early years, my life in football isn't happening. No way am I standing in front of you at this moment. But as a kid, when you're showered with love by everyone around you, anything was possible. So I set the bar high, real high, maybe too high. I wanted to be a quarterback in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up in Colorado, I dreamed of playing for the Denver Broncos at Old Mile High Stadium. But really, my first goal was to shoot up for Sam Pagano at Fairview High School, where my cousins were my role models played.
Tony Boselli was a 5-time Pro Bowler for my Jacksonville Jaguars, and he is also named to the NFL 1990s All-Decade Team for my Jacksonville Jaguars. During his career, during his Hall of Fame career of my Jacksonville Jaguars, he was named to the NFL's All-Decade Team in the 1990s, and he was a five-time Pro Bowler for my Jacksonville Jaguars. So Tony Boselli was named the NFL All-Decade Team in the 1990s of my Jacksonville Jaguars, and he's a 5-time Pro Bowler for my Jacksonville Jaguars.
My first offensive line coach there was John Matsko. He would teach me how to pass block. He was tough
during his career with the Jaguars.
Taught me something else. He instilled in me the honor of playing offensive line at USC in the mold of Hall of Famers Ron Yeri, Ron Mix, Anthony Munoz, and Bruce Matthews.
Mm-hmm.
I was honored to call you guys fellow Trojans.
Yeah.
I'm humbled now to call you guys teammates on the greatest offensive line on the greatest team ever assembled. John Robinson would become my head coach for my final 2 seasons at USC. And he brought with him Mike Berry as the
and John Robinson was Tony Boselli's and Keyshawn Johnson's head coach at USC.
I mean, really,
because John Robinson was Keyshawn Johnson and Tony Boselli's head coach at USC.
But you know what? Like all the people that got
Because we see Keyshawn Johnson on NFL Live
or the man
every weekday at
my career at
3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Much more important, however, my
Yeah.
life will take shape. Thanks to meeting Angie Ayler, my wife, best friend, counselor, supporter, and the world's
And
greatest mom.
that's Tony Boselli's wife right there. Yep. That's Tony Boselli's wife. Yep.
And I want to thank Angie's parents, Ed and Nancy, and her siblings, Steve, Amy, and Jeff, for all your support and for not messing her up. Angie, you've been central in my life and the journey I've taken as a football player, as a husband, and as a father. You've been with me since the beginning. Encouraged me to take and to follow the right path. And to keep me on the right path, she actually married me.
Yeah.
Angie was at my side when the expansion Jacksonville Jaguar.
And Keyshawn Johnson was Tony Boselli's teammate at USC.
But really, the greatest thing
Yep.
football has done for me is setting the stage for you, Angie, to be my wife. God gave me the opportunity to play the game I love. But outside Jesus dying for me, you're the greatest gift I've ever received. I thank you, and I love you. Angie and I are blessed, incredibly, to call Jacksonville our home. It's
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Before our five children were born, and every one of them's been raised. It's a beautiful city. Where the Bosellis have made lifelong.
That is their home in Jacksonville. Yep.
I'm indebted to our first owners, Wayne and Dolores Weaver. Thank you for bringing the NFL to Jacksonville and making me a Jaguar.
Yep.
I'm grateful for our current owners, Shad and Amcon.
And that's Jacksonville Jaguars owner, Shad Khan. Yep.
You have treated us as though we've been part of your lives forever, just like family. And there's nothing more precious than family. To my Jaguars family, it all starts with Tom Coughlin.
Tom Coughlin.
Who, by the way, belongs on this stage really soon because there's not too many better coaches than him.
And Tom Coughlin won 2 Super Bowls with the New York Giants, and they beat the Patriots twice. By the time he won 2 Super Bowls with the New York Giants, they beat the New England Patriots twice. One is Super Bowl 42, and the other one is Super Bowl 46.
To Angie and I. Thank you, Coach. Mike Mazur was my first offensive line coach. He's not here with us any longer. But boy, he was great. And he took a kid out of USC who thought he was pretty good and pushed him to be even better. I wish you were here to celebrate with me, Coach. And I had amazing teammates. I was so fortunate to play with so many great Jaguars. Fred Taylor, who made me look good on
Fred Taylor, the co-host, the Pivot podcast, alongside Ryan Clark and Channing Crowder.
And I treasure the moments I shared with my brothers on the offensive line. Ben Coleman, who had my back at left guard. Leon Searcy set the standard on the right side. And one of my best friends, Jeff Novak, who, by the way, is the only guy I ever backed up in the NFL. But most of the time he was busy making jokes and making me laugh.
Yeah.
It's not an overstatement. To all my Jaguar teammates, coaches, and staff, you were all instrumental in my path to Canton. Guys like Dan Edwards, Mike Perkins, Jerry Palmieri, Mike Ryan, Drew Hampton, Tucker Petrie, and so many more. You were all essential to my personal success and emblematic of why our teams in Jacksonville reflected the very best values of our game. Your background, ethnicity, and beliefs and talents may differ. But when you report to work in the locker room, you're one. And in Jacksonville, our locker room and throughout our organization, we were one.
Yeah.
Just a few minutes ago, a guy presented me, and he defines the concept of family for me as well.
Yeah.
Now, him and I will always be one. He's my best friend. And that's Mark Brunell.
That's former Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback Mark Brunell.
Really early that I was also protecting a great man of character. Mark, I'm honored that you presented me here today. I thank you for your friendship. And I thank you, God, for all your gifts. It took a lot of hard work to get here, but I didn't make myself this size and athletic. It was you. I didn't ask for the people who you put in my life. You put the amazing people in my life. So to my friends, teammates, coaches, and staff, and even the local media, I guess, with a special appreciation to a couple guys who covered me. Sam Gavaris, Pete Prisco, John Osher, Gene Fournette, Dan Hickett, and Jeff Foster. You guys bear the torch.
Tony Boselli was the first ever draft pick from my Jacksonville Jaguars in the 1995 NFL Draft.
And over, I thank God for football, and I thank God for the people of Jacksonville. And I have to get this in just one time. Duval!
Yeah.
But above all, I thank God for family. Mom, Fred, Carla, Jennifer, Michael, Lauren, Liz, Uncle Bud, Aunt Betty, and all my cousins. Angie, my 5 amazing kids. Andrew, Adam, Ashley, Lexi, Ansley. But there's actually one more I want to talk about.
What's that?
I was born Don Bosco Anthony Boselli Jr.
Mm-hmm.
The best part of my name, though, is Junior.
Yeah.
My dad, Tony Boselli,
Mm-hmm.
Senior, who's
Yeah.
25 with cancer.
Yeah.
Died on May 31st, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And whose impact on my childhood career
Yeah.
can never be adequately expressed. Thank you, Dad. Thank you for everything. I'm happy you're in the comfort of God. I know you're here, but man, I wish you were here with me.
I know, right?
I miss you. I love you. And on this one, the greatest days of my life, I honor your memory and thank you for the greatest gift of all, and that's family. Thank you.
Duval.
We talked about Tony's weight, and it was a special.
Let's go Jaguars. Yep. Let's go Jags.
Because he knew
Yep.
his dad wasn't going to make it to this year.